Hello! It's good to see you back. Alright, so today we'll be doing look number 3 of my 4-part series with the Tarteist Pro palette. Stay tuned. Everyone say hi to Toby. Hi Toby! Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so I'm just going to chuck my fringe back like I normally do. Now, my skin needed a little bit of a break because as you can see I've got a lot of breakouts happening on my forehead, if you're on my chin. So on my face today I'm just wearing some light powder and some Fix Plus. I'll link all the products down below like usual. Let's jump into the tutorial. Okay, so today we are using this row. So this is going to be another purple look. It's probably a bit more plummy, it's got a bit more of that darker purple, but we might just do a normal smoky eye today. And to start off with, I'm taking my Sigma E03, the brush I always use, and we're going to dip into Vintage, this beautiful, super buttery, super powdery, super fallouty shadow. And this is going to be our base, so we're just going to smack this all over our lids. And for those of you who've watched my other videos, you'll know that I always put down a light base just to help everything blend. Probably should have tapped off that excess, but oh well. Like I said, we'll blend it out. So what's been happening? Alright, so after laying down quite a bit of that vintage shade, we're going to tape the sides because, you know, I'm not me without my cat eye. Toby doesn't usually sit in my room when I'm filming, he's just being a sook today. So I told him he could come in if he was being a good boy. And he was going to be quiet. Hey. Okay, so now that we've taped, we're going to go in with this shade here called Fierce. Tap that in, tap off the excess. We're going to focus this on our outer corner, and because we've got the tape there, we can be messy with it. So we're just going to blend this in through the crease as usual. Smack some of this on the lid. I just want to give a shout out to my girls Emily and Chloe on the Gold Coast too. Hey girls! Okay, so now that we've laid down Fierce, I'm going to go in with this one here called No Filter, because this colour need no filter. Purple is life. Alright, and we're going to put this a little bit forward from where we just put that colour Fierce. I'm going to bring this across the lid a little bit too. I'm going to blend it back in there. And as always, it's just a blendy, blendy, blendy. Just going to take my E03 and buff out that top bit. Now to look like this, I do want it to be quite purple, and as you buff you will remove pigment, so with things like this it's a matter of buffing, going back in doing the same thing with the same colours. Back to the E03, I'm going to go back in with a bit of Fierce, and we're just going to repeat those 2 steps. Okay, so now that we've gone in with Fierce and No Filter, I'm going to go with this super dark purple here called Vamp. It's a bit of a better. There we go. And we're going, because this is so dark, I'm only going to take a little bit, and I am going to tap off the excess. There is white eyeshadow all over my keyboard. It's going to be a bitch to clean. Alright, so taking Vamp, I'm going to go in, and I'm going to keep this closer to my lash line. And I'm still going to blend that out into the corner. and we will take it up a little bit as well, but just starting slow along the bottom there. If you find that the E25 is a little bit too fluffy for this, you can use a smaller brush similar to the 11S from Inglot that I normally use. You can check that out in my other videos, but I'm just used to using this. You can also of course use this as a liner too. That would look really cool. With purples too, it can sometimes look like you have a bruised eye. So try not to take them up too high, but you know, it's just one of those things you gotta play with, and wait until you've finished the look before you decide you don't like it, because sometimes something can look really weird halfway through, but once you finish it and you've got a full face of makeup on, your lashes, your brows done, your lipstick, it looks amazing. So please just stick with it to the end. I think this is my favourite look so far. I'm really liking this. Okay, so now that we've gone in with Vamp, what kind of shimmer should we use? I think I'm going to keep it quite bright in the inner corner. I'm going to go in with Glam right here, and my little Inglot brush I've mentioned before. We've acquired another member, Milo! Milo! Hello, Booga! Hello! They love hanging around with me when my dad's not home. So today we have 2 stars. They'll probably upstage me like usual because everyone loves a cute little dog. Anyway, so I'm gonna grab Glam. I've got a really itchy nose today. Right here. Okay. And don't want to take too much. But I'm gonna see. We're just gonna move this up in here. Down across the lower lash line. Now this look would probably look better with a fuller coverage foundation, but like I said, my skin's going through a lot of stuff at the moment, so I had to give it a bit of a break, but 100% will look great with a flawless finish. Now to complete the lower lash line, what I'm going to do is we're going to peel off this tape. Look at how nice and sharp that is. And I'm going to go in, what do you reckon? I might go in with that colour no filter, that more berry purple. Take a little bit on this small brush. I'm really going to focus that in. Just about halfway down. And I am going to take a little bit of that Vamp colour, which is a really dark purple. Ah. And don't poke yourself in the eye like I just did. Not only did I poke myself, but I just got a whole heap of shadow in there too. Smoke that out a little bit. Now I do want this super dark, so I'm going to take a little bit more of this Vamp, and I am just going to focus that on my lash line. So similar to the stamping method we did with the black eyeshadow, but just using the same one, meaning Vamp. And I'm only going to line to halfway. Now what I'm doing here too is I'm stamping the product in. I'm not really blending too vigorously because I want that pigment. And because you've got that sharp line, it's quite easy to follow. But if you do get messy, wait to take off your tape. So do this before you do the lower lash line. I'm gonna blend that out because I made a mistake there. And that just nuffed that eye, didn't it? Oh well, keep going. Still stamping more of that Vamp colour. And there we go, I'm pretty happy with that. So now we're going to move on to mascara. Yeah, I'm really digging this eye look. Like, I just love the gradient we got going on here. Okay, so going in as always with my double wear. This is my favourite mascara ever, like favourite ever. I actually got it because I got a gift voucher to Maya and I thought, oh, you know what, I'll try, because I wanted, like, I actually wanted a waterproof mascara, but the lady recommended this one. And it has since been my favourite. It's probably drying up a bit now though, which is sad. I have to get a new one. Now what I'm doing is I'm just pushing against my lash base, just to lift them up. Help sort of set them in that curled kind of look. If you get little dings like that, wait till it dries, and most of the time it just rubs off. The only thing I don't like about this is it smells like paint, like spray paint. Disgusting paint smell. Try not to sniff when you use. And I am going to do my lowers today too, but just the outer ones. Unfortunately I don't do this a lot because they tend to look a little spidery, but sometimes it can work. In there. I haven't got a Q-tip, so I'm just going to take the end of my little tiny brush on a little bit of paper. Don't do that. Hello? What do you want? Am I not paying attention to you? Am I not paying attention to you, you little bug? Oh, I love you so much. Alright. When you don't pay attention, he comes and like paws at you. So that's what that was then. Okay, so that's a really cool trick. If you haven't... Trick? Cool trip! Trick. If you haven't got a Q-tip handy, just fold a bit of tissue over a skinny brush handle and use that to wipe away any mishaps. Alright, now I'm not going to line today because we did do that darker purple. Of course, feel free to tailor this to the way you look. Like I always say, makeup is one of those things that you can change to suit yourself. So if you're not quite wanting to go with something so bold, just experiment and play with it. Alright, now for lips we can go in with the Bare Minerals New Gen Nude liquid lipsticks in the shade Boss. Now, if you can't get a hold of Boss, Friendship is extremely similar, just slightly redder. So it's like slightly, like it looks almost exactly the same in the tube. And it smells like chocolate. A good tip I figured out too when you're doing your lipstick, do your bottom lip, press your top lip in, and you'll see you almost get it to the edges. And then you just go in and do the top. Now that's the easiest way I found to do it. Now I'm going to take down my hair. Look at all my regrowth. I need to get it recolored. Now that isn't a hot mess, I don't know what is. Alright. Please. Thank you. And that is the finished look, guys. So of course you can do your brows. I'm just being lazy, but you know, do you. But yeah, I think this is my favourite eye look of them all at the moment. I'm really liking the purple transition and the shades we picked. So make sure that if you like this video, you give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more. I've got number 4 coming later in the week. After this week, I will be changing my upload times from Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays to Tuesdays and Thursdays, so there'll only be 2 going up a week. But there'll still be the same type of content, so stay tuned. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! You know what I forgot? Hey, I said you have to be quiet. Like, I know you're gonna bark, but it's super cliche to bark at the postman. Like, bark at something original, please.